Loving beautiful text of Adhyatma Ramayanam. Just started. We thought 6 7 months it will be over, but more than a year it took. But that was a great journey. We are left with few more chapters only. But among all these, Sri Rama Gita contains essence of all Upanishadic Jnanam, all the sadhanas to be known and done for the moksha. So slowly, steadily, we are studying it, and also we are spending some time in our parayanas, upasanas to the Lord, to the Devi Mata because of Navaratras nowadays, so that our day offered at the feet of the Lord with the best done by us, invoking again those devatas to bless us with more days, more opportunities for serving Him, serving the Lord, and also doing our sadhana. So let us continue Sri Rama's teachings, Sri Rama Gita. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vyasaya Vishnurubhaya Vyasarubhaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Om Namastaraya Nama Shambhave Chamayo Bhave Chanama Shankaraya Chamayaskaraya Chanama Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha. Om Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattuliyam Rama Nama Varanane. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Bhakti Vidya Yoga Vidya Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Samastam Brahma Vidya Bhakti Vidya Yoga Vidya Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Namaha ऋषिभ्यो नमः गुरुभ्यो मुनिभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्री सीतारामाभ्यां नमः ओम श्री उमा महेश्वराभ्यां नमः ओम श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्राभ्यां नमः ओम श्री वाल्मीकि तुलसीदासाभ्यां नमः ओम श्री वेदव्यास महर्षे नमः ओम समस्त श्री रामचंद्र स्वामिनः भक्तेभ्यो नमः श्री रामायण शास्त्रस्य आचार्येभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरायाः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त दिग्मंडल विश्वमंडल व्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याण विश्व एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम विश्व पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम च अस्माकं अस्यां कर्माणि निष्ठितानां अस्माकं सह समस्त भक्त साधक सेवकानां आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्य विजय आदि अथ समस्त नारायण ओम ओम शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यतानां प्राप्ति बाह्यभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीमद् ब्रह्मांड पुराणांतर्गत अध्यात्म रामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम अध्ययनम नित्य प्रार्थना श्लोकानां पारायणम श्री कमला मातुः सहस्रनामावल्याः पारायणम शरन्नवरात्रि संदर्भे मातुः देवी स्तोत्राणां पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ श्री राम नाम संकीर्तनम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम। ओम नमोस्तु रामाय स लक्ष्मणाय दिव्ये च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यः नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्क मरुद्गणेभ्यः ओम श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। अतः श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणांतर्गत अध्यात्म रामायण शास्त्रम उत्तरकांडम ओम पंचम सर्गः श्रीराम गीता ओम नारायण हरि ओम। Let us chant from verse number 31 onwards. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Panchama Sarga Sri Rama Gita Sri Mahadeva Uvacha Sri Rama Uvacha Kosheshvayanteshu tu tattadakrutihi vibhati sangat स्फटिकोपलो यथा असङ्गरूपोऽयमतो यतोऽद्वयः विज्ञायतेऽस्मिन् परितो विचारिते बुद्धेस्त्रिधा वृत्तिरपीह दृश्यते स्वप्नादिभेदेन गुणत्रयात्मनः अन्योन्यतोऽस्मिन् व्यभिचारतो मृषा नित्ये परे ब्रह्मणि केवले शिवे देहेन्द्रियप्राणमनश्चिदात्मनां संगादजस्रं परिवर्तते धियः वृत्तिस्तमो मूलतयाज्ञलक्षणा यावत् भवेत् तावदसौ भवोद्भवः नेति प्रमाणेन निराकृताखिलः हृदा समास्वादितचिद्घनामृतः त्यजेदशेषं जगदात्तसत्रसं पीत्वा यथाम्बः प्रजहाति तत्फलम् कदाचिदात्मानमृतो न जायते न क्षीयते नापि विवर्धते अनवः निरस्तसर्वातिशयः सुखात्मकः स्वयं प्रभः सर्वगतोऽयमद्वयः एवं विधे ज्ञानमये सुखात्मके कथं भवो दुःखमयः प्रतीयते अज्ञानतोऽध्यासवशात् प्रकाशते ज्ञाने विलीयेत विरोधतः क्षणात् ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, we have seen the dehatraya atita paramatma. For that dehatraya viveka we have done. So the sukshma sthula sharira, sukshma sharira, karana sharira, all these are told. Towards the end, what is taught to us by the Rama is upadhi bhedat tu yataha prutak sthitam. These are the upadhis, sthula, sukshma, karana, shariras, and they are different from each other. And other than these three, prutak sthitam, other than these three stationed is the self. So Atmanam, that self, Atmani avadharayet, has to be first heard, understood, and slowly by various sadhanas, mainly of Nishedha sadhana, rejecting Atmatadhatmya with these three dehas, we have to establish in our own self. So this is how the way to know the self intellectually and experience through sadhana. Therefore, what is the self? Pure self is dehatraya atitaha. Other than stula, sukshma, karana, sharira is parama atma. So when we on the seat of meditation shift our attention from all the three shariras, what are each of the sharira already told, and focus on that common denominator which is like the thread in the beads is going through or is there in all these three shariras at every time. Focus on that, then we will discover that to be our real essential self. Then there is a moksha. And then who is going through these three avasthas by identifying with them, he is called as samsari jiva. When we dissolve our identity with these three dehas, then we establish in ourselves there is no jiva bhava, which is just a pseudo thing. Like when an actor is acting in a movie, that is like a jiva bhava, it is pseudo. He is really someone else, but took up that role, which is not at all real, it's fictitious. Some director thought of some movie, then he made some characters, and then you are selected as an actor. You are trained in all actions and dialogues, then you act it. Where is that actually the particular that role? If you see, it is in its own absence. It is nowhere there. But that particular hero, for the time being, he plays that role. And at that time, as that role demands, so his dressing, his way of talking, his addressing, his emotion, सारे होते हैं. In the same way, from nowhere this jiva bhava comes through the identification with these three dehas. And he only again suffers also. On the name of happiness, he does all nonsense. Through these three deha, he suffers. Then that jiva only be attentive. When he withdraws from three dehas and discovers his identity with self, he gets liberated. From what? From his own mistaken identity with the three dehas and sufferings. अपने जीव भाव से मुक्त होता है, अपना स्वरूप को जानकर. Therefore, at no period of time, Paramatma and Jivatma are separate. They are one only. But one, like the man only becomes husband through wife. Husband and man are not two entities. One only. Through the conditioning is husband. Deconditioned is a man. So to through the condition of three dehas, he is Jiva. Deconditioned, he himself is Paramatma. As quickly and strongly this knowledge we gain and start doing the journey of rising above rejecting three dehas, to that extent we are moving towards our own liberation, our own freedom from all limitations, sufferings, efforts, entering into the bliss and beatitude of being the infinite self. And what are the guna lakshana of the self will be told to us in that shloka number 35 and 36 बाद में. So this is our now Atmakaha Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirad Vyatiriktaha. Other than these three, Shariras is Paramatma. So Dehatraya Vilakshana Atma is proved by this. Same way in this shloka number 31, we are taught about the Atma Vastu only to discover it to be Atita beyond the Panchakoshas. So, how the whole thought is developed and explained to us by Bhagavan Rama, he says, Kosheshu Teshu. In those five koshas, I am too, this pure self, Tattad Akrutihi Vibhati. At different times, by identifying with each of the kosha, the self as if appears like that kosha. Sangat, because of the proximity and identification or attachment. Example, Spatikaha Upalaha Yatha. Like the crystal, with whatever the color it is in proximity, it appears to have gathered that color. है ना? You put it near the yellow color flower, crystal gets that yellow color. Put it in the red color cloth, it gathers the redness. Put in a green leaf, it as if appears to have gathered the green. So never ever yellow, green, red colors have come into the crystal. But then when it is in proximity with those colors, it appears actually as if it gathered. Actually it is not. अगर रियली गैदर किया होता तो एनीवेयर यू टेक द क्रिस्टल दोज कलर्स शुड बी देयर. And also, if it gathers, let us say first time, the yellow color, then it cannot gather the other colors because already it is colored. It is not gathering any particular color. Therefore, every other color it is able to gather, and when you keep it away, it is able to drop all colors, remain in its own crystalline pure form. If the example is thoroughly heard and understood, the self also is like the Shuddha Spatika, pure Gnapti or Jnana Swarupa, Atma. But at whatever the kosha level, it is functioning and identifying with all those koshas, gunas, as if are collected by the self, and self appears to have appears to be going through the modifications which these koshas are going through. So, kosheshu ayam teshu tu tattad akriti vibhati sangat. Example, spatikam upalo yatha. But actually, who is this Paramatma? यही हमको बता रहे. असंग रूपः. Never ever this Atma can have the Sangha with any of the koshas, because the crystal and the cloth, crystal and flower are of such a different nature that the color or the cloth can never enter by any means into the crystal. In the same way, the nature of Paramatma and the nature of koshas is so totally different that the koshas can never enter into Paramatma. Paramatma can never be colored by them. Therefore, he is who? Asanga Rupaha. The self is asanga with any koshas. That's why it is able to shift its identity from one kosha to the other. अगर कोई संग में आया तो दूसरे कोश में वो जा नहीं सकता. Like the yellow color has come into crystal, it is already yellowified. You can't have red or yellow, blue color into it. एक कलर लग गया ना. So asanga rupaha ayam, this pure self. It has no sangha with any of these koshas whatsoever. That we have to discover on the seat of meditation, which is already asanga. थोड़ा दूर ले जाओ, बस वो क्रिस्टल अपना क्रिस्टलाइन कलर में होता है. So in the meditation, when we take ourselves away from the identity with the koshas through the sakshi bhava, then we discover that we were never in contact with it, never contaminated by them. So one is asangaha, second is ajaha. It is neither born or modifying or changing or dying, the self. When the pancha koshas are born, changing, modifying or dying. So ajaha, then advayaha, and this self is a one without second, which is in and through all the koshas at the vesti and samesti level, there always. So asangaha, ajaha, advayaha. Then vijnayate, such self can be experienced. When asmin parito vicharite, when these five koshas and the tadatmya vishayas, when deep vicharana is done, contemplation is done, then the self to be untouched, uncontaminated by them, and it is ajaha, advayaha, then asangaha, all the natured self can be definitely vijnayate experienced. Okay, so how many things? Five koshas, the proximity with them, as if the kosha lakshanas are fallen on the self. Actually, the self and pancha koshas being so separate from each other, none of the koshas can touch the self. It is asanga, and this self is also without any modification when the koshas are modifying, and finally, the self is one without second. The koshas are many. This self is recognized on the seat of meditation. Okay. Now, kosha kya hai? Yesterday we have shown the examples of so many things. The case. कोश को ही इंग्लिश में केस कहते हैं. The specs का केस होता है, and there is case for very many things. Sword also is kept in its case called as sheath, etc. So वो सारा आप फिर से याद कर लेना. I will not repeat. Today's my job for 5-6 minutes is these five koshas alone are those three dehas which were told earlier. That also we had yesterday toward the end of the class we discussed. Now तीन देहों को वहाँ छोड़कर केवल डायरेक्ट पंच कोशों का ही हम डिस्कस करते हैं. So first is the अन्नमय कोश. तो देखो, वी वांटेड टू स्टडी इन तैत्तरीय उपनिषद क्लासेस बिकॉज कोश विवेक हुआ, तो वहाँ उपनिषद में जो वही हमने पढ़ा, वी थॉट ऑफ स्टडीइंग थ्रू विवेक चूड़ामणि. इवन नाउ आल्सो आई वाज फीलिंग to study through Vivek Chudamani 5 koshas, but for each of the kosha, Shankar Bhagavan writes 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 shlok. Manamaya kosh to he writes 15, 20 shlokas. So it will be a 20 days class to me. So instead of all that, straight away, as much required for us, so much we discuss with minimum quotations. So this Annamaya, the Stula Sharira which was said in the three Sharira discussion alone is this Annamaya Kosha. Okay. Why this is called Annamaya Kosha? Because अन्नरसेनैव भूत्वा अन्नरसेन वृद्धिं प्राप्य अन्नरूपपृथिव्यां यद्विलीयते तदन्नमयकोशः स्थूलशरीरम्. Maya means full of. Annamaya. It is born from the food consumed by the mother and father. After the birth, it is continuously growing because of the food consumed. Finally, when this body dies, it goes back into the earth only, which is Annarupa. Annarupa Prithivya. That is why this first kosha is called as Annamaya kosha. Then it has got Sapta Dhatus, it has got, come from because of the karma samskara, it has beginning, it has an end also. It is a ayatanam for me to stay in and eke out my karma phala of sukha dukkha. All in all, so with this Annamaya Kosha, I have one sambandha that I am only a sakshi of its arrival, stay and departure. At a little higher level, on the pure self only, out of its own Shakti, the Virat Rupa, Samashti, and Vyashti Rupa, Ananta Koti, Annamaya Koshas are projected and made to appear so realistic and solid. अब इतना सारा मैंने बताता हूँ, इतना काफी है. अन्नमय कोश इज दैट विच वी सी our own स्थूल शरीर. From the head to the toe, all that about which we talk in terms of weight, in terms of age, in terms of health, in terms of gender, ये जो है अन्नमय कोश. अब इसी में फंस जाते हैं हम ना. अगर अन्नमय तादा छोड़ दी तो 60-70% अवर साधना इज ओवर. बट बिकॉज वी आर कोई कबूतर हो या कोई भी आपके खिड़की में आकर रह जाता है ना, उसको उसमें इतना आनंद होता है, अब कितना भी भागा वो जाएगा नहीं. कभी कभी कुत्ते भी कुछ बिस्कुट खिलाया वो आकर बैठ जाता है, जाएगा ही नहीं वो. सो टू विद देह तादात्म्य अन्नमय, from so many lives we are doing, we feel so secured, we find so much secured in identifying with Annamaya, even though that Annamaya Kosha is the cause of all maximum entire dukkhas of Jagrata Avastha. Still we can't think in this way and we don't get detached from the Annamaya. This is called as powerful delusion. सारे जागृत अवस्था के दुख अन्नमय कोश तादात्म्य से होते हैं, फिर भी हम उसको छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. बिकॉज आदत, बिकॉज ऑफ गेटिंग स्मॉल लिटिल प्लेजर्स ऑफ वेरियस टाइप. अब महामायावी, अब उसको डिस्कस करते जाए तो इट विल बी एंडलेस टॉपिक. इट विल ओनली डिस्टर्ब द माइंड. डिस्टर्बेंस मीन्स द इंफॉर्मेशन बिकम्स टू हेवी which is not right now required for you. So this is Annamaya. Inside this is called the second of the kosha, Pranamaya kosha. So थोड़ा सा शरीर से हटकर सूक्ष्मता से थोड़ा सोचोगे, so the entire energy body is called as Pranamaya kosha. I am specifically using the word energy body. It is little subtler than the sukshma sthula sharir. And the energy because of which our limbs are working. है कि नहीं? शक्ति है कि नहीं मन अंदर? वो सारा शक्तियों का स्रोत प्राण है, उसको कहते हैं प्राणमय कोश. Okay, the vayu from outside through nostrils as shvasa, when it goes inside at the heart level or chest level or lungs level, it gets converted into pranamaya kosha. Prana. That prana gets divided into pancha. Those pancha pranas do all the physiological functions and help the mind to think, help the indriyas to work. ठीक है? This is called pranamaya kosha. In that pranamaya kosha, prana, pana, vyanopada, vyanodana, samana, these pancha pranas do the pancha physiological functions. Prana is perception, apana is excretion and rejection, samana digestion, vyana circulation, udana ejection, leaving this body and going or thinking higher and higher. So this is called second pranamaya kosha. Even if you can come to the pranamaya kosha level, recognize ourselves to be Pranamaya, not the Annamaya, to a great extent we have transcended or gone ahead in our sadhana. All these in Taittiriya Upanishad we were taught. They are so systematically said. First we are told that we are Annamaya Kosha. is the Atma. Then we said, थोड़ा झांक कर देखो इसके अंदर और कुछ है क्या? Then it was seen, अन्यः अन्तरः आत्मा प्राणमयः तेन एष पूर्णः सवा एष पुरुषविद एव अन्वयं पुरुषविदतां तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणपक्षः अपान उत्तरपक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथ्वी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति प्राणं देवा अनुप्राणन्ति मनुष्याः पशवश्च ये see, other than Annamaya, supporting the Annamaya, permeating Annamaya, not touched by Annamaya, this other thing called Pranamaya, actually that is the Atma, not Annamaya. Then we are explained about Manomaya. Then we are told that is the Atma, not Pranamaya. In this way, slowly, slowly, एक लेवल तक उसको आत्मा कहलवाकर उसके भीतर वाला और एक चीज को दिखा के जिसके ऊपर ये आधारित है वो आत्मा बताकर इससे हमको छुड़वाना. That was the technique taught to us in Taittiriya Upanishad. Same here also and everywhere. So the third kosha is the Manomaya kosha. Seat of, remember, thoughts, seat of emotions, seat of sankalpa vikalpas. That is called as the Manomaya kosha. Continuously, we are in the Manomaya kosha level maximum. And that Manomaya identifies with Annamaya through the Pranamaya. So, this Manomaya kosha is the third one. Then comes the fourth one, the Vijnanamaya kosha. In that Vijnanamaya kosha, remember, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, both are of the thought only. When the thoughts are in the Sankalpa Vikalpa sthiti, it is Manomaya. Emotional sthiti, it is Manomaya. When the thoughts are in the discrimination mode, Vicharana, then the decision mode, knowledge mode, that state of thoughts is called as Vijnanamaya kosha. And so many explanations, details, descriptions are given to us in Viveka Chodamani like Granthas about these Panchakoshas. One can study it. Even Upadesha Sahasri and all of that. So this is the fourth Vijnanamaya kosha we have. It is called intellectual sheath. Before that is the mind Manomaya kosha, mental sheath. Before that, the Pranamaya kosha, the vital energy sheath. Before that, the Annamaya kosha, the gross body sheath. Food sheath it is called. Okay, yeah. Beyond all these four is the Anandamaya kosha. That Anandamaya kosha is that where all vasanas are there in the Bija Rupa. That is what is called as Karana Sharira also. In that is pure nascence, avidya. Nothing is known at that level. So the Vasana Rupi, Samskara Rupi, Avidya Rupi Kosha is Anandamaya Kosha. Knowledge Rupi, intellectual inquiry Rupi is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Emotions, sentiments, Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Manomaya Kosha. The energy level is the Pranamaya Kosha and the Sthura Sharira, very familiar to us, Annamaya. All these koshas. Now, these are all Drishya, I am the Drashta. These are all Vikari, I am Avikari. These are all Nashwara, I am Anashwara. These are all Jada, I am Chaitanya. These are all Drishya or Sakshya, I am the Sakshi of them. This is the main knowledge which we have to first gain and hold. Using this knowledge and the state of meditation, put all the efforts to become Sakshi to these Panchakoshas. Then inquire who is this Sakshi. Then that Sakshi is Satchit Ananda Atma, and that is me. So in this way, through the Panchakosha Viveka also, we can discover ourselves to be other than this Panchakosha. But again, problem वही है, एक के बाद एक कोश से तादात्म्य होकर उसमें मजा लुप्त उठाने का लाखों लाखों जन्म में हमको आदत हुआ. Among them, all of them, mainly Annamaya and Manomaya. The food, enjoyments, and the Manomaya, sentiments, emotions, attachments. And Pranamaya is not less. Hunger and thirst के तो हम हर 4 घंटे गुलाम होते ही हैं. And the Vijnanamaya, so much of wanting the information of the world, ये सब विज्ञानमय काम करता है. अब आनंदमय की बात क्या है? वी आर सो हैप्पी विथ अवर इग्नोरेंस ऑफ द सेल्फ. We are so happy in being irresponsible in the world and enter into the nidra. आहा कोई हमको ना सारे नौकरी पैसे दे दे, नौकरी कोई हमारे लिए करे और पैसे पॉकेट में देवे एंड फुल फ्रीडम देवे, वी कैन इवन ओवरटेक कुंभकर्ण इन आवर स्लीप. We all love that. So that is the meaning. Panchakoshadi yogena tattanmaya iva sthitah. Shuddhatma neelavastradi yogena spatiko yata. So when I say I don't know my essential self and I'm in a state of ananda, that is anandamaya kosha. When I say I'm very intelligent, I know this or that, I am lost in the identity with Vijnanamaya kosha. When I say I'm emotional, sentimental, this is my uncle, I am in the Manumaya. When I say I'm hungry and thirsty and energetic or no energy, I'm in Pranamaya. When I say I'm beautiful, handsome, healthy, ill healthy, heavy, or this aged or that aged, at that time we are identifying with the Annamaya kosha. So throughout the day, we are in one or the other kosha tadat. That is what he says. Paritaha vicharite. When again and again vicharana karoge, तो इन पांच कोशों का अनात्मत्व पता चलेगा. Then when we keep them as anatma out away, then what is the real atma we experience? The atma is sakshi to all of them. The sakshi का nature है शुद्ध सच्चित आनंद. These things we have to study from Upanishads, contemplate, realize. Okay? Yeah? Now the Panchakosha, three Deha Viveka हो गया. Now the Avasthatraya Viveka will be there. That will be there in the 32वां श्लोक. कल ही हम उसको देखेंगे. इतना काफी है. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. ओम श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. ओम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः. ओम भाग्याब्धिचंद्रिका भक्तचित्तकेकि घनाघना रोगपर्वत दम्भोलिर्मृत्युदारु कुठारिकायै नमो नमः. ओम नासै रोगहरै समपीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत मीरा. ओम श्री हनुमद्वीराय नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते 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 नमः. शिवस्मरण. ओम नमः शिवाय. 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 नृसिंह भगवान. ओम वज्र नखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गश्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्र नखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गश्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्र नखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गश्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. राम नाम स्मरण. राम भगवान को याद करो, उनके चरण में प्रणाम करते हुए राम तत्व हमारे नस नस में कण कण में प्रवेश करे, सारे अविद्यादि दोषों को निकाल देवे, राम दर्शन राम अनुभूति हमको मिले, ऐसा संकल्प करते हुए टेक द नेम राम 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 Rama 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 Kamala Sahasranamavali from 200 to 300. Anantasthai Namaha. Sankalpa, we have done any of the names meaning. If you have understood, feel that bhavana. Any other meaning also clicks to you for prarthana, for dhyana, for samarpana, all of that can be done. Om Anantasthai Namaha. Om Anantasambhavai Namaha. Om Mahashaktyai Namaha. Om Pranashaktyai Namaha. Om Pranadatriyai Namaha. Om Ratimbharayai Namaha. Om Mahasamuhayai Namaha. Om Nikhilai Namaha. Om Ichhadharayai Namaha. Om Sukhavahayai Namaha. Om Pratyakshalakshmiyai Namaha. Om Nishkampayai Namaha. Om Prarohayai Namaha. Om Buddhigocharaye Namaha. Om Nana Dehaye Namaha. Om Mahavartaye Namaha. Om Bahudeha Vikasinyai Namaha. Om Sahasranyai Namaha. Om Pradhanaye Namaha. Om Nyaya Vastu Prakashikaye Namaha. Om Sarvabhilasha Purnaye Namaha. Om Ichhaye Namaha. Om Sarvaye Namaha. Om Sarvartha Bhashinyai Namaha. Om Nana Swarupa Chiddhatriyai Namaha. Om Shabdapurvaye Namaha. Om Puratanaye Namaha. Om Vyaktaye Namaha. Om Avyaktaye Namaha. Om Jivakeshaye Namaha. Om Sarvecha Paripuritaye Namaha. Om Sankalpa Siddhaye Namaha. Om Sankhyaye Namaha. Om Tattva Garbhaye Namaha. Om Dharavahaye Namaha. Om Bhutarupaye Namaha. Om Chitswarupaye Namaha. Om Trigunaye Namaha. Om Gunagarvitaye Namaha. Om Prajapatishwaryaye Namaha. Om Raudryaye Namaha. Om Sarvadharaye Namaha. Om Sukhavahaya Namaha. Om Kalyanavahikaye Namaha. Om Kalyaye Namaha. Om Kali Kalmashanashinyai Namaha. Om Nirupaye Namaha. Om Udbhinna Santanaye Namaha. Om Suyantraye Namaha. Om Trigunalayaye Namaha. Om Mahamayaye Namaha. Om Yogamayaye Namaha. Om Mahayogeshwaryaye Namaha. Om Priyaye Namaha. Om Mahastriyai Namaha. Om Vimalai Namaha. Om Kirtyai Namaha. Om Jayai Namaha. Om Lakshmiyai Namaha. Om Niranjanai Namaha. Om Prakrutyai Namaha. Om Bhagavan Maya Shaktyai Namaha. Om Nidrai Namaha. Om Yashaskariyai Namaha. Om Chintai Namaha. Om Buddhyai Namaha. Om Yashase Namaha. Om Prajnai Namaha. Om Shantyai Namaha. Om Apritivarthinyai Namaha. Apritivarthinyai Namaha. Om Pradyumna Matre Namaha. Om Sadhyai Namaha. Om Sukha Saubhagya Siddhidai Namaha. Om Kashthai Namaha. Om Nisthai Namaha. Om Pratisthai Namaha. Om Jyeshthai Namaha. Om Shreshthai Namaha. Om Jayavahai Namaha. Om Sarvatishayinyai Namaha. Om Prityai Namaha. Om Vishwashaktyai Namaha. Om Mahabalaye Namaha. Om Varishthai Namaha. Om Vijayai Namaha. Om Veeraye Namaha. Om Jayantyai Namaha. Om Vijayapradai Namaha. Om Hrudgruhaye Namaha. Om Gopinyai Namaha. Om Guhyai Namaha. Om Ganagandharva Sevitaye Namaha. Om Yogishwaryai Namaha. Om Yogamayai Namaha. Om Yoginyai Namaha. Om Yoga Siddhidaye Namaha. Om Mahayogeshwara Vrutaye Namaha. Om Yogaye Namaha. Om Yogeshwara Priyaye Namaha. Om Brahmendra Rudra Namitaye Namaha. Om Surasuravara Pradaye Namo Namaha. Shri Kamala Matre Namaha. 100 enough na per day. Yesterday we have concluded the chanting of what? Devi Stotram we have done. I don't know how many we have done. दशमा ही हो गया कल, 18th one. Then the 19th Devi Aparadha also we have done yesterday. 20th also we have done of Devi Stotram. So 21वां करना है. Om. Of this Vinaya Patrika, there are two stutis by Shiv Tulsidas ji. ट्यून तो हमको नहीं पता, but it is there in the sequence we chant. Om Ata Devi Stutihi. जय जय जग जननी देवी सुर नर मुनि असुर सेवी भुक्ति मुक्ति दायिनी भय हरणी कालिका मंगल मुद सिद्धि सदनी पर्व शर्वरीश वदनी तापतिमिर तरुण तरणि किरण मालिका वर्म चर्म कर कृपाण शूलशेल धनुष बाण धरणि दल निदान वदल रणकरालिका पूतना पिशाच प्रेत डाकिनी शाकिनी समेत भूत ग्रह बेताल खग मृगाली जालिका जय महेश भामिनी अनेक रूप नामिनी समस्त लोक स्वामिनी हिमशैल बालिका रघुपति पद परम प्रेम तुलसी यह अचल नेम देहु है प्रसन्न पाहि प्रणत पालिका. मिल गया कोई ट्यून. अगेन भवानी स्तुति. ओम दुसह दोष दुख दलनी करुदे विधाया विश्वमूलासि जन सानुकूलासि करशूलधारिणी महामूल माया तडित गर्भांग सर्वांग सुंदर लसत दिव्य पट भव्य भूषण विराजै. दुख only I'll do like a vachana. Dusaha dosha dukha dalani karude vidaya vishwamulasi jana sanukulasi karashula dharini mahamula maya tadita garbhanga sarvanga sundara lasata divya pata bhavya bhushana virajai बालमृगमंजु खंजन विलोचने चंद्रवदनि लखि कोटिरति मारलाजै रूप सुखशील सीमासि भीमासि रामासि वामासि वरबुद्धिवाणी चमुक हेरंब अंबासि जगदंबिके शंभुजायासि जय जय भवानी चंडभुज दंड खंडनि विहंडनि महिष मुंडमदभंगकर अंगतोरे शुंभ निशुंभ कुंभीशरण केशरिणि क्रोधवारीश अरिवृंदवोरे निगम आगम अगम गुर्वी तव गुण कथन उर्विधर करत जहि सहस जीहा देहि मोहिपन प्रेम यह नेम निज राम घन श्याम तुलसी पपीहा. विनय पत्रिका. दिस इज हाउ तुलसीदास जी का लिखा हुआ है ये. नव नव दुर्गा स्तोत्रम. ओम प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चंद्रघंटेति कूष्मांडेति चतुर्थकं पंचमं स्कंदमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रेति महागौरीति चाष्टमं नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः. Today seventh day, the Kalaratri. Tomorrow eighth is Mahagauri, day after is Siddhidatri. Now we do the Kali Stotrams. Okay, Om Atha Shri Bhadra Kali Stutihi Brahma Vishnu Uchatuho. Brahma Vishnu together have done it. Okay. Om Namami Tvam Vishwakartrim Pareshim Nityamadhyam Satya Vijnana Rupam Vachatitam Nirgunam Chati Sukshmam Jnanatītam Shuddha Vijnana Gamyam Purnam Shuddham Vishwarupam Surupam Devim Vandyam Vishwavandyam Apitvam Sarvantastham Uttamassthana Samstham Ide Kalim Vishwasampalayitrim Mayatitam Mayinim Vapi Mayam Bhimam Shyamam Bhimanetram Sureshim Vidyam Siddham Sarvabhutashayastham Ide Kalim Vishwasamhara Kartrim Note Rupam Veti Shilam Nadhama Nova Dhyanam Napi Mantram Maheshi Sattarupe Tvam Prapadye Sharanye Vishwaradhye Sarvalokaikahetum Dyauste Shirsham Navidesho Navascha Chakshumshite Chandrasuryanalaste Unmeshaste Suprabodho Divacha Ratrirmatah Chakshushoste Nimesham Vakyam Deva Bhumiresha Nitambam Padau Gulfam Janujangastwadhaste Pritir Dharmo Adharma Karyam Hikopaha Srushtir Bodha Samhrutaste Tudidra Agnirjihva Brahmanaste Mukhabjam Sandhye Dvete Bruyugam Vishwamurti Shvaso Vayurbahavo Lokapalaha Krida Srushtihi Samstitihi Samhrutaste Evam Bhutam Devi Vishwatmikam Tvam Kalim Vande Brahma Vidya Swarupam Matah Purne Brahma Vijnana Gamye Durge Apare Sararupe Prasida Durge Apare Sararupe Prasida Iti Shri Mahabhagavate Mahapurane Brahma Vishnu Kruta Bhadrakali Stuti Sampurna. Om Atha Shri Kalika Ashtakam. Om Dhyanam. Om Galadraktamundavali Kantamala Mahagora Rava Sudram Sudam Strakarala Vivastra Laya Muktakeshi Mahakala Kama Kula Kalikeyam Bhujevama Yugme Shirom Siddhana Param Daksha Yugme Bhayam Vaitathaiva Sumadhyapi Tungastana Bharanamna लसद रक्त सृक्कद्वया सुस्मितास्या शवद्वन्द्व कर्णावतं सा सुकेशी लसत् प्रेत पाणिं प्रयुक्तैक कांची शवाकार मंचाधिरूढ़ा शिवाभिः चतुर्दिक्षु शब्दा यमानाभिरेजे स्तुतिः विरञ्च्यादिदेवास्त्रयस्ते गुणान् स्त्रीन् समाराध्य कालीं प्रधाना बभूवुः अनादिं सुरादिं मखादिं भवादिं स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः जगन्मोहनीयं तु वाग्वादिनीयं सुहृत्पोषिणी शस्त्रुसंहारणीयं वचस्तम्भनीयं किमुच्चाटनीयं स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः इयं स्वर्गदात्री पुनः कल्पवल्ली मनोजांस्तु कामान् यथार्थं प्रकुर्यात् तथा ते कृतार्था भवन्तीति नित्यं स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः सुरापानमत्ता सुभक्तानुरक्ता लसत्पूतचित्ते सदा विर्भवत्ते जपध्यान पूजा सुधा धौत पंका स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः चिदानंद कंदम हसन् मंद मंदम शरच्चंद्र कोटि प्रभापुञ्जबिम्बं मुनीनां कवीनां हृदि द्योतयन्तं स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः महामेघकाली सुरक्तापि शुभ्रा कदाचिद् विचित्राकृतिर्योगमाया न बाला न वृद्धा न कामातुरापि स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः क्षमस्वापराधं महागुप्तभावं मया लोकमध्ये प्रकाशीकृतं यत् तव ध्यानपूतेन चापल्यभावात् स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः फलश्रुतिः यदि ध्यानयुक्तं पठेद्यो मनुष्यः तदा सर्वलोके विशालो भवेच्च गृहे चाष्टसिद्धिर्मृते चापि मुक्तिः स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः स्वरूपं त्वदीयं न विन्दन्ति देवाः इति श्रीमत् शंकराचार्य विरचितं श्रीकालिका अष्टकं सम्पूर्णम्. We have now the Saraswati Stotras to chant. Tomorrow we will do. One is Shri Saraswati Stotram, then Siddha Saraswati Stotram. हो गया तो then Neela Saraswati Stotram. These three when we do, then we have the Lakshmi Stotras some more. Today we stop here. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य प्राणाय अपानाय व्यानाय मध्ये मध्ये अमृतपान ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नीमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयम् अग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ओम दाशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभाय धीमहि तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात् रामभार्याय विद्महे भूमिजाय च धीमहि तन्नः सीता तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे आदिशेषः तन्नो आञ्जनेयाय विद्महे राम तन्नो ओम योगीन्द्राय नमः शुकाय व्यास ब्रह्मलोकधीरिणे मंगलं गुरुदेव मंगलं श्री कृष्ण मंगलं गुरुदेव मंगलं ओम कात्यायन कन्नकोण तन्नो महादेव ओम सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय राधावर कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय उमावर चंद्रचूड़ भगवान की जय श्री रामायण महाभारत भागवत उपनिषद गीता ब्रह्मसूत्र योग वासिष्ठ पातंजलि योग अध्यात्म रामायण सूत्र समित शिवपुराण सनातन वैदिक संस्कृति श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय श्री वेदव्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय श्री वेदव्यास वाल्मीकि स्वामी तुलसीदास रामायणाचार्य की जय श्री वेद व्यास शंकरात्म विद्याचार्य की जय श्री हिरण्यगर्भ कपिल पतंजलि व्यासादि योग दर्शनाचार्य की जय बोलो भाई समसंदन की जय सद्गुणात्म महाराज की जय आज के आनंद की जय रमा पार्वती वदे हर हर महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंद गोविंद जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय राम राम अम्बे अम्बे आदि पराशक्ति माता की जय श्री कमला माता की जय दुर्गा माता की जय समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय भारत माता की जय सनातन धर्म की जय वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृति की जय समस्त ऋषि मंडली की जय तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Yes, thank you. Your patient listening. Don't miss these beautiful classes of Vedanta morning Upanishads going on slowly, steadily. Yoga Darshanam, we are just opening up. Very good. And also Gita for the youth going on. Tomorrow the Mundaka, day after maybe it will take 1 or 2 more days, will be over. Mandukya will start in Telugu. And evening our Bhagavatam, 88th chapter in 1 or 2 days. Total Bhagavad Dashamaskanda in a week's time, 10 days it's over. Then we take up some beautiful stotra study in Hindi. Adhyatma Ramayana may take 15 more days for us to conclude. Then let us see how Bhagavan blesses us. All in all, let us as best as possible, as much as possible, as long as possible, revel through the study of Shastras, in the remembrance of, in the surrender of, in the prayers to the Bhagavan. That Lord, when He blesses us both with the Siddhanta Jnana Saspashtata and the Icha and convenience for the Dhyanam, then keeping away all these Siddhanta Shravanas, we'll enter into those sadhanas as guided by Paramatma and Guru Parampara and thus find our own redemption from all ignorances, bondages. Welcome you all for being regular. Thank you.